Hi guys, we are getting ready to go on a trip to Colorado for a couple weeks over Thanksgiving, and while we do that we're going to do a unit study on the Oregon Trail. We figured since we live in Oregon now, that's something we should learn about. Wanted to take you guys along and show you what we're going to do. So on our first stop, there's an Oregon Trail Interpretive Center that's put on by the Bureau of Land Management. That's in Baker City, Oregon. So that's going to be our first stop for a field trip. And if you go to their website, they have a whole curriculum that's free with all sorts of great printouts, like dot to dots and scavenger hunts. Well, the scavenger hunt is really more if you're going to the interpretive center, but they have a ton of stuff you can use for free even if you're not gonna go visit them, just to do at home or wherever. So you may want to check out that website. I really love this book because it actually has great stories about kids from different times in early American history, and it just kind of makes their stories come to life. And then from the library we got these two movies that we're going to try to watch in the car, and this Oregon Trail card game that we will probably play once we get to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And then I just have a calendar that I printed out to help me keep straight what we're doing each day.
Because they're used all the time.
The boys are trying everything and they can't get these little packets out, but I can do it. Look what my 7 has done to me. He ran out of candy.
Good morning. We are headed on our road trip to Colorado. So we left our house about 7 o'clock this morning, and we just went through Hood River, Oregon. So next to us is the Columbia River, and the land you see on the other side of the river there is the state of Washington State. Sorry, I couldn't spit that out. So today we're driving about 5.5 hours, and we're going to, I think it's called the National Historic Oregon Trail Interpretive Center. And there's like an indoor museum type area, and then a whole outdoor area where you can actually see the wagon ruts from the pioneers. We're going to start our unit study in a little bit here and watch a little movie about the Oregon Trail. Kids are doing their dot to dots of the Oregon Trail route. And then we're going to watch a movie and do some coloring pages.
Crazy. No one could get a wagon to Oregon. The western terrain was too difficult, the climate too dry. But Marcus didn't listen. On a route to the Pacific. Not for Hunt, not for anyone.
At the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center. It is gorgeous. It overlooks Hell's Canyon.
Hell's Canyon.
We've been having a lot of jokes about
Hell's Canyon.
And kids are getting ready to do their bingo.
I want to see a bobcat. I want to see a snake, but there's not going to be any snakes here.
All right.
It's cold.
Let's walk over. Oh, yeah.
Well, Samson's like, Sadie's probably like, Dad, I wanted that stuff. The snow's yellow.
All right, Oregon Trail rut access. We're gonna go see some ruts. Well, they rut. Remember in the museum you could see where the wagons kept driving across and it was indented, Tucker? Those are ruts. They're kind of like footprints, but for wagon wheels.
So we're here trying to see Oregon Trail.
How long will we?
Located to your right.
Oh look, I see them right there. Do you see the little indents up there? See?
Oh, where the plants aren't growing.
Yeah. Like where the plants are in the middle of the.
Monday morning and we are leaving Ogden, Utah. We're headed for Colorado today. It's about 10:30, so we got a nice late start, which is fine. It's vacation. And here's a view of the pretty Utah mountains, if you can see them. I think we're 50 miles or so north of Salt Lake City. I'm not exactly sure on that. But so yesterday was Sunday. We drove from Baker City, Oregon to Ogden, Utah, and we didn't do any of our unit study that day. We just decided it's Sunday, we should take the day off, so we did church in the car and we read Harry Potter and just that's it. So I thought I would show you what our plan is for today for our unit study. Okay, so we're gonna listen to a YouTube playlist. It's music from the Oregon Trail time. We were supposed to watch some of the DVD we started, but it was pretty boring, so we're gonna start a different DVD about the Oregon Trail. We've got some coloring pages. We're gonna write some journal pages and pretend like we're planning our own Oregon Trail trip and talk about what we would pack. And then we're also going to be reading this American Pioneers and Patriots.
Came to town the other night to hear the news and see the sight. The watchman, he was running around crying, "Oh, Dan Tucker's come to town." So get out the way, oh Dan Tucker, get out the way, oh Dan Tucker, get out the way, oh Dan Tucker, you too late to get your...
West, west, west went the pioneers. They crossed the Mississippi River in boats. They came to the wide prairie where the buffaloes lived. Some pioneers made their homes there. Other pioneers kept going further west toward California. After the prairies were crossed, there came the plains. Then far ahead rose great mountains. First came the Rocky Mountains. Then for 1,000 miles there were deserts and mountains to be crossed. 3 days later the cry, catch up, came again. Ooh, that looks good. All but 3 of the lost animals had been found. The train was ready to start, to frighten them away. They were fierce and greedy. They flapped their great wings and flew away. Then Dan and his father rode toward the wagon. Can you guys show me your pictures before we stop? Okay, so now the kids are going to read us their journal entries as as if they were on the Oregon Trail. Okay, I'll read it for you. Okay.
One part today and it's not supposed to be.
I remember. Okay. So November 16th, 1848. And your location is in the mountains. My brother died. My wagon broke. I need a new wheel. Indians helped me, but we kept going. We got out of the mountains. Very good, Tucker. That was excellent.
That's very good. November 16, 1848. My location is the forest. The pioneers were crossing the forest and they heard something. One suggested maybe it's a wolf. Another suggested maybe it's a mountain lion.
Ooh.
The leader said, who knows, maybe it's and suddenly he stopped. Watch out, Indians are attacking. Get in the trees, anything, just stay safe.
Wow.
Over 30 of them died. Only 25 people made it. We need to get out of here. I hear wolves. He heard a howl. And the Indians were never seen again. Dun dun dun.
Wow, that was so good, Sawyer.
You're a good story writer.
That was such good detail and excellent, buddy.
November 16, 1849. Wyoming,
Laramie, Wyoming. Yep.
We have been traveling for almost 3 days now. Every night we have been stopping to make camp. It has been so hard traveling. I am tired of it already. We take little stops every so often. I am so glad we brought our dogs. It has been so cold and windy, but today it was pretty nice. We got a late start because the cattle got out. I am tired. I am so tired. I hope we get there soon.
Good
The
job.
funny thing about it is I tried to base it off our trip, but then switch it like we were there.
Yeah.
When we're staying at hotels, I said we were camping.
Oh,
And then I
yeah.
used our dogs in the story.
I love how you really thought that through. That was very
So as
good.
we're traveling, we think, you know, we could really use that. Then when we get to where people throw it out, we could decide to throw something else out and pick up somebody else's cast iron stove.
Okay, so a chair, 20.
Well, so what did we decide? Are we bringing our cast iron stove or no? No.
Chair. Well, I think a lot of people threw their chairs. Yeah.
I think Dad would be really good at making chairs, and in Oregon they have all those trees.
Yeah.
So are you up for making new chairs once we get there? All right, let's cross out chairs.
Cooking and eating utensils, 75 pounds. That should be enough.
Yeah. Okay, do we want to bring Grandma's clock with us to
Yes.
remember her by? Some people are more sentimental than others.
I think we can remember her in our heart. I think we should
Remember her in our heart.
15 pounds, that's adding extra weight. And something we don't need. But I'm going to cross it out.
Let's take a family vote. Raise your hand if you want to bring Granny's clock. I'm not as sentimental.
Dad can first, a person who lives on the frontier, a pioneer.
Yeah, perfect.
So 10.
Okay, so write number 10 there.
Kids are on the last day of their Oregon Trail unit study.
So do you want to read the next one?
So doing pretty good.
I'll read it.
Okay.
Blank, the group of people who make laws. Congress.
So right now we are playing the Oregon Trail card game. You have died of dysentery. I remember playing this game as a kid on the computer and loved it.